Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the evening stream on Bitcoin and altcoins and everything like that. If you're not watching this live, I hope you enjoyed the rerun and I hope you find something useful in the stream. These streams are usually quite long. Yesterday it was extra long, so I get nobody want to watch that. But you know, out of the 3-4 hours live stream we had, I was on camera maybe for 1 hour. Sorry about that. Just so you guys know, if the baby is gonna, you know, cry tonight, the stream will stop, but I don't think it's gonna do that. Just a second, guys. Okay, it wasn't the baby. I just had to, you know, fix stuff so, you know, we wouldn't get interrupted tonight. Hi from Latvia. Steve Austin. Steve Austin, that's a name I haven't seen in a long time, man. How you doing, man? You're coming back at the right time when we are at the bottom. Now, we are not actually at the bottom, but we are getting pretty close to the bottom. Pretty close to the bottom. Not first. Jay, Ferit, then John. Hey, man, how you doing? How you guys doing? Breaking everything tonight, everything. By the way, guys, I think I found a new favorite tool on the TradingView. So TradingView came out with this circle thing up here, and it's quite nice, guys. It's quite nice. You know, it looks like, you know, atom explosions are happening, man. Over here, you know, very easy, very easy to draw very nice circles. So yeah, I like that. I like that. And right now we are exploding up here, right? Explosion. There you go. You see why I like it, man. It's so nice. It's so nice. I will donate soon for you. 10k, bro. Be patient. I like you. Kaskir Gaveka. Hey man, I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to that donation. And if it doesn't happen, no hard feelings, man. I understand. It's okay. I share many places, you know, also. Yeah, make it more dramatic. Like we weren't in panic already. I like you and your stream. Dominic, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Weekly close will be super bearish. I don't know if it will be super bearish, but you know, it's not gonna be, you know, the good one right now. We still got something like 3 hours left, so you know, in these 3 last hours, a lot of stuff can happen, guys. A lot of stuff. So we're gonna see, you know, where we want to close, where we don't want to close, you know, and how this actually gonna play out. It's over. Come back in 2 years. No, TGR, you are misunderstanding, man. It's not over. It's just starting. It's been over since April. And right now we are coming in this last part. It's not over, it's starting right now. You guys have to change the mindset. That's why people lose money. They think, you know, when we are at the top that's starting. No, when you are at the top, it's game over. When you are at the bottom, it's starting. And right now we are getting to the point where we're gonna start. Couple of months and we're gonna start. We're gonna get into the, you know, start of the bull market, guys. You gotta wrap it. It's not over. It's just about to start. You're just so close there, guys. So close. I was donate many people's around 5k euro, just patient Oja coin coming up, mate. I think new coin will be blessed soon with big blockchain. Hey man, I do hope you make it. I do hope you make it. Oja coin, sounds nice. Nothing can surpass us, bro. We all gave up and waiting for the exit pump at 180. Yeah, everybody waiting for that exit pump at 180. Facts. Yeah, I'm excited for the start. Best entries is COVID 2020. Yeah, so we are getting pretty close to, you know, this very bottom. So, you know, I'm excited, you know, because, you know, the more down it goes, the better, you know, the better, you know, people think, oh, it's going down, it's gonna go to zero and stuff. It's not gonna go to zero. Can you go? I mean, technically, maybe something's gonna happen, you know, quantum computers, whatever, you know, stuff, you know, disrupt, you know, they close down internet, you know, thing go to zero. You know, there is some kind of fantasy where that can actually happen, but in most probable, you know, scenarios and stuff like that, statistics, you know, we are not going to zero just yet. We are not going to zero just yet. One Alesva, hey man, how you doing? Good evening. Conclusions. Conclusions are not, we are not quite there yet. We're not quite there. Evening, Nate. We're just waiting for people to get in here right now. You know, we're just starting. We're just warming up, guys. We're just warming up. So right now we're getting ready. Let me just shield a little bit here on the... Yeah, we gotta talk about Benjamin Cohen, guys. We gotta talk about Benjamin Cohen. CPR numbers tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Cool, you hodl Gert. No, I had a bag of Gert, but you know, I sold that. I don't think I actually ever had a bag of Gert. I think tomorrow is something in Russia. I think tomorrow is something in Russia. What? Something? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. You are Farid, you are exactly right. Tomorrow is something happening in Russia. Some kind of parade or something like that. What they're gonna do that. So we got parade tomorrow in Russia, and we got a CPR numbers tomorrow. So you know, tonight we have a weekly close. So if you see big red numbers on the indexes tomorrow, that might actually, tomorrow is victory in Europe day in Russia. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. So by the way, guys, YouTube, Benjamin Cohen latest video, finding a local button. This is 6 hours ago. Yeah, this one.
Hey everyone, for Bitcoin to...
And he was this the video? A date with destiny? No, this one. Cliff dwellers theory. No, yeah, this one. Market cycle theory, no lengthening cycles. I think he is kind of admitting that we are going into some kind of capitulation phase, that there are no lengthening cycles. And you know, I think it's quite sad, because you know, I was watching this guy when he had, you know, less than 100k subs. He did something like 30-40k subs or something like that. So I was watching, you know, from the very start, and his lengthening cycle theory. His lengthening cycle theory was that, you know, right now, you know, Bitcoin is no longer inside this 4-year up-down move. It's gonna, you know, lengthen, cycles are gonna lengthening. And the fact that, you know, his theory is failing a little bit, you know, what more does he have left? I mean, he does use a lot of regression lines, try to analyze charts. There are definitely good, you know, charts that he posts and stuff like that. But, you know, that was the only thing he had, man. That was the only thing. And right now, if we go into this capitulation and, you know, stuff towards downside, his theory is going out of the window, and he's got nothing left, man. He's got nothing. I like the guy, you know. Sometimes I watch him stuff like that, but, you know, too much hopium and not actually real applications, the way I see it, you know. But he does, you know, give you interesting points of view on certain stuff. But you know, it's kind of quite sad that this, you know, lengthening cycle theory, it did fail. So you know, I think he's if you watch this video up here, Bitcoin market cycle theory, no lengthening cycles. If you watch the video, you'll see that he's admitting that, you know, it is failing. It is failing. So it looked on fire during last time. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, should I end of war maybe 40 thumbs up, low, give up. So guys, I saw this video. Yeah, donation 10k be this month from my side. Patient. Casper, I appreciate that. I'm waiting for that, and as soon as I get that, I'm gonna invest that in some, you know, altcoin, and gonna 1000x that. So thanks for that, man. So you're not actually donating 10k, you're actually donating 100, a million, 10 millions, man. 10 millions. Thanks, man. Is that 10 million, man? 1 million. 1 maybe, yeah. 1000x, 3 zeros here. No, there is 4 zeros. It's 10 million, 3 zeros. All season more soul season. What's up, decentralized? What are those radar U-boats? This is the new thing that I just found out they have on TradingView, and I like it a lot. So you know, you're gonna see a lot of these things on the on the chart. You're gonna see a lot of these things on the chart, man. It's so nice. It's so easy to, you know, make you know, nice. Okay, you see this over here, and then if you zoom in a little bit, there is something like this. You know, it does kind of look scary. It does kind of look scary, right? It does kind of look scary. YouTube may take many commission, make Streamlab, mate, less commissions will pay. Yeah, they do take like 30%. So if you want to do that, we'll definitely, you know, find a way, you know, to fix it up, to, you know, get around the commissions. So sonar signal, yeah, sonar signal. Exactly. So I'm gonna go check. Right now we are 79 here. 19 likes, guys. Pump the likes. Pump the likes so we can start. We're gonna start either way, so this is the right now the candle, and it is breaking hugely important level of the support on the weekly time frame up here. That's at around 36 or something like that. Unfortunately, there are other levels that are being broken right now. This at 34,000 as well, 34.7, but there is still some kind of hope that it might bounce a little bit towards up. So let's go to down here. I mean, it doesn't need a lot of time. It can just bounce really hard back up here for whatever reason. That's gonna be very bullish. Unfortunately, we are not quite there right now. So these are right now some support levels that are being broken. Now there are two horizontal support levels that are not being broken yet, and that's a good thing. And those are at 31 or 32k down here. So we have still a while to go to get there. But we are not that far away. We are not that far away. You can see here right now we are below this support. We went below this support up here, then went to the next support, then broke that, tried to get up, failed. And right now again failed, so 3 times failed up here. Are we gonna dump down here below to some kind of 32,000 tonight? Are we just gonna dump below and close below everything? We still got something like 3 hours left, so and the big dumps do happen fast. You see 1, 2, 3 times, it can just do something like 1, 2, 3 for whatever reason, right? It can definitely dump. How much does it need to dump right now? Something like 7%. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I don't think we're gonna break these levels on the downside over here, but right now we are below these two very important support lines on the weekly time frame, and breaking those is pretty much still in the picture. And if we do that, there is no divergences on the charts or anything like that. Everything playing out as exactly it should be playing out. Better cross on the MACD, no divergences, still going down. Looks like it is just bleeding towards the downside. So this is another signal. Will we get the confirmation of capitulation tonight? I don't think so. I wrote it in the title because it is very important level to break. We are also breaking this 100 moving average right now. That's around 36 to 67. There are a lot of ways to draw the support line down here. You can see these 3 wicks down here, 1, 2, and 3 wicks. Very important. And you can see that we are breaking that as well. So maybe, just maybe, we are getting this confirmation. But I will say that confirmation is below down here. There is actually no other way to draw this line that is actually maybe something like this up here. Now this trend line. Let's remove up. Let's do something like this up here. Remove the moving average. Let's remove everything just to see the trend lines. So the thing with the trend lines, this one is getting broken, right? And there are other lines that you could draw on the chart, but everything is getting broken. And there are very few lines. I'm going to show you. You see right here, this line, for example, over here is holding it right now. But technically speaking, most of these lines, and we're going to right now draw all the lines. And I'm going to show you that some lines are right now, and this is these are all lines that you can actually draw on the chart. And maybe we're going to use this one up here. So just so there will be a lot of lines on the screen right now, but we'll see that we don't have that many lines. I mean, there are a couple of lines down here, but you'll see that eventually that these are 2 wicks on the downside, and then you got something up here as well. This use. Okay, so then you got these bottom stuff down here. Also, everything is broken up here as well. I mean, could you technically go up there, but I don't know quite about that. It feels like sewing. I don't know why it feels like sewing. And then you got this wick down here. Here. I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, why not? And this one up here as well. This one is. So you can see right here, there is there are like 3-4 lines down here. There is a bunch of these lines that are using this week up here, but they are using not bottom wicks, they're using some of these wicks up here. So there is some kind of support that we are hitting right now, and then a whole bunch of, you know, support lines up here. You can see all of these support lines up here is right now broken, right? So we got a, you know, couple of options up here. Couple of options, you know, we can believe that, you know, these bottom lines that go something like this down here, right? We can believe that these bottom wicks on the downside are, you know, telling the tale of, you know, these are the important levels down here at 28, you know, something between 30 levels and 28 down here. But, you know, when you get over there, down there, you know, you're pretty much, you know, broken a lot of stuff on the way towards the downside. Even this horizontal line up here, the bottom line down here is at 31,000. So, you know, by the time you get to these lines, you have broken like all the support. So, you know, it's real hard to say that these levels down here is gonna hold. So I'm not quite big believer up here on the upside. Now down here there are a couple of lines up here. These lines up here, they go to, and all of them go through this move up here, right? Is it? No, I cannot see this up here. Let's go to 4th. Yeah, so these 2 weeks on downside with this week, right? And then this week up here, but you know, these bottom weeks are not. These bottom weeks are actually broken. So, you know, I'm not quite sure, you know, whether we're gonna use these top weeks up here. But you can see that, you know, we are breaking very many you know, supports on the downside right now. We got a couple of, you know, wicks down here, but without using these bottoms down here. And I think these bottoms down here might be important, but also this wick on the downside down here is very important. So you got this wick up here, and you know, this wick goes through that. Let me just see up here. Is it this one up here? Let me just draw the line. Let me just make it, you know, right, yellow and so we can see the line. And yeah, it is this one down here. It's not these two down here. This is broken, so it is, you know, the capitulation wick down here as well. It might be that. So, you know, there are options where we are at, you know, some kind of bottom support on the trend line. But then on the other hand, you know, we are breaking so many stuff. We are breaking so many spots. Especially now, trend lines are important, but what's also important are these, you know, horizontal support lines. And you can see here that, you know, these two horizontal support lines are already broken. This one is already broken, but you know, we still need to close below that. So if we close down here at the bottom down here at right now at 34, 33, whatever, right? We have broken through so much stuff, guys, so much stuff. And of course, we got these two horizontal yellow lines down here as support at 31.7 and 32.2. So, you know, there is still a little bit way to go to complete, you know, final capitulation, you know, call. But I think we are getting pretty close, you know, especially with this weekly candle. This is such a bearish candle. If you look at the moving averages up here, look how nicely we did the move towards the upside up here. Very, you know, up here we tried to get above the 10-20 moving average, failed. Up here we came to the 10 moving average, then right down, failed. And then over here, even over here, we tried to get it back up again, and then bam, right back down again. You know, 3 times in a row we failed to get back up at 10 and 20 moving average. Got rejected every single time, right back down again below everything. So it does look quite bad. Does look quite bad. So how do you feel about, Luke says, how do you feel about Mercury retrograde? Aren't we about to enter that zone next week and normally get a pump during that? Yeah, next week there is something called the full moon, but Mercury retrograde, I don't know what that is, man. Show what we expect on next big pump, what will be in the bull market. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that. We will talk about that eventually. But right now, you know, these are the very support lines. I know, you know, oftentimes this can look very frightening. We'll look in this many lines, then we just do this, and you know, it's all good and dandy after that. Let's put these very important support lines up here. This one, this down there. And these two down here, this one as well, and this one. So these are very important support lines on the downside. Let's go to the 1 hourly time frame, but you're gonna see how nicely we actually have been, you know, falling through them. This was a, you know, strike through them, and then it fell to this 36.2 line. tried to hold above that and then fell through that, then tried to get it back up that, cannot, and then got pushed down, hit this 34.7 line, support line on the downside, tried to get it back up, but rejected right back below that. 1, 2, 3 times we tried to get back about 34.7, failed every single time. 1, 2, this is third touch right now, and right now going towards downside, so I'm looking for more downside over here on the short term. It does look a little bit bad, getting these 3 big rejections up here, and I know when we were down here it was something like -4% on Bitcoin, and then we had this big pump towards the upside, and everybody thought this is gonna go to to heaven, but big rejection right now. Fun fact, Vitalik Buterin created Ethereum after Blizzard nerfed his favorite World of Warcraft character. Yeah, that's, just keep on nerfing and make people mad. You want the data, check the poops on your bed. So yeah, so this right now, this move towards downside is still continuing to downside. I don't see us actually getting back up here. We still got 2 hours and 35 minutes left on the candle, but on a weekly time frame, I think we just might close down here. Now we are getting a little bit extended. Let me check the extension now. Yeah, there is no extensions on the chart or anything like that, so everything is working. So this can just continue dumping next week as well on the downside. We still got some kind of support here at 31 32 lines down here. A lot of people will be calling these weeks as support as well to 29, so these 29 levels might also be important, but we are very close to getting the smacked out of oblivion right now. On the daily time frame, the thing that was holding us up was this line up here. We broke that a couple of days ago, and right now plummeting towards the downside. There is this line up here as well that's right now being broken, so there is definitely no more lines on the chart that you can draw on the daily time frame in this local cluster up here that can actually hold. So everything is getting broken, guys. Everything is getting broken. No overextensions. Everything looks like it can dump further towards the downside. So there is that. Everything looks like it can dump further towards the downside. So are we gonna talk about the moons? There is a thing that I want to say about the moons, guys. And moons. So everybody knows, if you saw the video today, I'm predicting that we will start dumping for another week, and then after that we're gonna have some kind of move towards the upside or sideways, and after that, in a couple of weeks or something like that, we're gonna continue down until June, and then be at the bottom. So that said, there is a very nice. So you can see here, May 16, we get a full moon, but this is total lunar eclipse. So full moon will be totally eclipsed, by the Earth, and it will be black. So technically, maybe this will be invalidating the moon. So you got a full moon, usually a pump moon, but since the lunar, we are getting the eclipse on the moon from the Earth will cast the shadow on the moon and make the moon dark. Maybe that's gonna have some kind of effect on or that's not a good sign when moon full moon goes dark. So if that's the thing, the May 16 might actually be a very special event that might happen, but I'm not looking at some kind of bullish event. It might stop us a little bit, but I'm not looking. I don't think a full moon and having a lunar eclipse on that full moon is actually anything bullish totally. You can see this, you'll see over here when the Earth, when the moon is going behind Earth, this is Earth's umbra, and up here will be the greatest. So if you see up here, the black part up here, there is no eclipse visible, and up here in white part, all eclipses is also meaning full eclipse. So I'm in Norway up here somewhere, right? So I'll see a little bit of that, but especially for the eastern USA, you will see full eclipse, lunar eclipse of the moon. So this is gonna be a very nice event. So if you are in this part of USA on the 16th of May. Remember that. Go out, and I hope you have a clear sky. Look at the moon. It's gonna be very big moon. It's almost as big as super moon, so it's gonna be very big moon. And then you can see the full total eclipse of the moon on that date. So you know that date might be very very interesting date. Now we got 3 very interesting dates, and as we said last time, you know, we are predicting, you know, where on the date when we will have, you know, our big dump. So this is the, let's go to the daily time frame up here. So this is the 16th of May, and that's the when we're having the full moon with some kind of a lunar eclipse. Then the next, wait, not this one, then the next after then the new moon is on the 13th. So the next moon comes on the, on the 30th May. This is the new moon. So up here we'll get something like, you know, full moon. Up here there will be new moon, and then on the 14th June and 16th June, on the 14th June and 13th July we get something called supermoon, right? And these supermoons are very special events, and that's when we're gonna hit the bottom. So that's somewhere up here, 14th June and July up here. July up here. So these 2 events are very very important events. These are what we call supermoons, right? Supermoons, right? So what I'm thinking right now, we're gonna, you know, dump until, you know, May 16th, then we're gonna consolidate or dump more on the downside. But once we hit the next new moon up here on the, you know, 30th May around, you know, I think we're gonna, you know, have a final dump and consolidate up here and go towards the upside. Yeah, I know what you guys thinking. Hey man, this guy's wacko, but you know, whatever. But you know, that's about the moons. So somebody asked me, hey man, how do you think, how is this next bull market gonna look like? And I don't believe in 250k though. I don't believe in 250k, and not right now. So when we are going up here, I wasn't actually looking at 100k. I wasn't looking at 150k or 200k. I was looking at 80k, guys. 80k. So this was my target up here at 80k, and I was thinking that this move towards the upside will hit 80k and then pull back. But we only came to like 69k, so it was pretty close. But you know, I was always hoping for that one last pump, which actually never came. 250 one day, but I think it might be 2 more cycles before that. But bits can surprise you crazy. Mate, I was texting you to Twitter after stream. Maybe I can send you some coins and explain how to make masternode as a gift, and I expect this project will be good. I'm not into, you know, you know, nodes and stuff like that, and doing stuff, you know. TA is my thing, you know. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, and everybody's happy, man. Everybody's happy. Okay, so I was expecting 80k. 80k never came, but you know, I thought that was the reasonable target for, you know, some kind of top. It's time to start checking for a job at McDonald's. So I was thinking, you know, on this pump towards the upside, I was looking at 80k. I was always expecting this last pump to 80k. Never came, guys, never came. So the question is, what are people expecting right now? You know, how high we're gonna go? Let me show you something up here. Like this is very easy. First of all, if you pull some you know, logarithmic growth curves or something like that, you'll see that, you know, these pumps getting, you know, more and more squeezed towards the upside. Over here you're getting like extension, but then you're getting this squeeze towards the upside, right? Squeeze. But over here there's extension a little bit up here, maybe. Whoa. Wow, maybe this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. Doesn't matter. What I'm gonna show you up here is that the pumps are getting smaller and smaller, guys. The pumps are getting smaller and smaller up here. So from the bottom up here, bottom to the top up here, 566x, 567x, and then you got from the bottom down here to the top. Well, I overshoot that pretty much big time. 120x, 120x, and then this one from the bottom down here to the top, some kind of top here, 18x, 19x. So if we assume that the bottom right now is gonna be, let's say the bottom is here as is around 23,000. So if you look at it, I don't think we're gonna get more than like 4x or something like that. 4x, something like this up here. So you can see already, yeah, this is 4.5x or something like that. Let's see, 4.5x. Right, and the target up here is actually only 100k, guys. 100k. Inflation is not so big numbers in 2-3 years. So I'm not expecting any kind of big numbers. I'm not expecting any kind of, you know, 250,000. I'm very reasonable with the next move. That's why I'm saying you cannot wait for this last pump. You gotta buy the bottom, right? You gotta buy the bottom to get most of it, and that's only you know 4.5x on, that's on Bitcoin, right? So altcoins is where the money is gonna be made, but you know it's gonna be nice run towards upside. It can take time. And now this from the bottom to the end. Well, let's see here from the bottom. This took 107 bars, 52, almost 2 years. This took 152 bars, almost 3 years to the top. This took 120 bars, 2.5 years. So once we hit the bottom, you can expect around 2 years. Let's say this is 2.5 years. This is 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. This went a little bit quicker, but let's say they are going down. Maybe 100, maybe 2 years, give or take 2 years to top, right? So let's say we hit bottom in July up here somewhere, right? Like we said, July. So we can expect that, you know, we're gonna hit some kind of top up here. This is the wrong one. Some kind of top, you know, where's July? Let's move this a little bit up here. There we go. So we start down here, right? We start down there. We say this is the bottom, right? And then the top up here should be around 100 bars, give or take. Let's say 100 bars, 2 years, give or take. Actually 104, but you know, let's say 100 bars up here. 13 May 2024, and then we hit some kind of, you know, I would say 100x or something like that. Down here, 100x, right? Give or take 4x or something like that, right? So we see right now, if you start going down, this part over here is gonna take 2 years to get to the top, guys. But the thing is the start of this entire move, starts very soon, guys. Very soon. So that's the best thing. I will be happy with 4x. So the thing I was saying is that, you know, it doesn't matter how high it goes. Maybe it just goes to 80, maybe just go back to the up, you know, from 20 to 60. You know, we really don't care. What we care is to getting in on the bottom down here, on the capitulation on the bottom, right? Because, you know, the move will, you know, go for a very long time. It takes 2 years to get top. Slow move towards upside, getting people in and so forth, bullishness, you know, news and stuff like that. So we got like 2 years to get to the top, guys. 2 years to get top, and then, you know, at the end of here, you know, I don't know if that's gonna be only 100k or something like that, but you can see right now, you know, these numbers are getting, you know, almost logarithmically smaller towards downside. So for XBT, and then the profits with alts will be very nice. Yeah, so I think if Bitcoin does 4x, you know, alts will also, you know, any kind of bull market is good markets. You know, there is so much innovation going on, DeFi, metaverse, this, that, you know, NFTs, whatever, right? This company doing DEXs, this company doing something else. You know, there is so much innovation going on, and you know, crypto is not going anywhere. Blockchains are gonna stay here for, you know, for a very long time. This is just the start, but there will definitely be coins that are pumping not 4.5x, but, you know, 100, 200, 400x, whatever, right? There will definitely be gems also that are pumping 1000x, but, you know, trying to find, oh, you know, these gems. If you're lucky, you get one of those gems. If you're not, you know, you don't. But that's what I'm looking at. You know, I'm trying to be realistic when it comes to targets, because a lot of people who scream big numbers, guys, do not get into the euphoria. Do not start thinking like if it goes to 500,000, nice. If it goes up to, you know, 250,000, nice. 1 million, nice. But your target has to be way below these numbers, so you can be safe, you know, so you can calculate, you know, what you can do, what you cannot do, right? So the way I'm seeing, I'm thinking not 100k, you know, 100k, but I'm thinking, you know, maybe even 80k, only 80k. You know, people I must say, hey man, that's only like 20k above, you know, 10k above a previous high. Yeah, I know, 10k, but when you start getting to those levels, I already, you know, assume that's gonna be the top, and then, you know, hopefully I, you know, made some nice money by then, and if it continues up from there, you know, nice. Bonus money. I'd take 80k, yeah. So I'm trying to be realistic for the next bull run. You know, again, I thought it was gonna do 80k this time. It did 70k, you know, and I think I overshoot it a little bit. But this time I'm like, okay, let's not go 100, let's go only 80. And I say 80 is it, you know, and that's gonna be like 4x from 20k. If you hit 20k, then up, big bottoms, get smelly fingers. So that is that. So I think, you know, that should be realistic numbers, guys. That should be realistic numbers. When it comes to weekly candles, this still doesn't look good. So right now, let's go into the small time frames up here, and you'll see that we have this is like, I don't know what this is. This is some kind of trend line. We don't need these up here right now, and we can remove these as well. So what we're gonna see right now up here, or what you're gonna see, is that we came inside this channel up here. It was a nice channel, a very nice channel up here, 3 touches up here, very much resistance. So this channel is really nice. We broke out of that channel to the downside. We tried to get it back up, failed, then went in, then down again, then down, then tried to get it back in, then failed, then outside of that. So we are failing to get back inside the channel. Also, there was of course trend line up here that right now getting rejecting us 3 times in a row. That's 10 and 20 moving average up here, 1 2 3. I think it's on a 4 hourly, no, it's a 1 hourly time frame up here. Yeah, it's rejecting us right now. Let's make this thinner a little bit. So see up right now what's happening up here. We're getting rejected 3 times in a row. 10 20 moving average also getting rejections, pulling us back as well. No divergence or anything up that. There was a big divergence up here at the top up here, but you know, that pulled us back down again. But if you want to see any kind of continuation of the movement towards the upside, the way I see it, it needs to break this yellow line. It needs to break this yellow line. So until we break on the, you know, on the 1 hourly, this line up here, not much is gonna happen, guys. Not much is gonna happen. So we are trying to, you know, go a little bit up, a little bit down. We're trying to break this 10-20 moving average up here, but we need to break this trend line up here. You know, just breaking the moving averages, you know, we need to break the trend lines as well. If you do that, we might see a nice pump towards the upside. We might see a nice pump towards the upside, but right now, you know, we are still taking a downtrend. And although it does look like there is divergence up here on the chart, and it is small divergence, but it does not helping us that much. You can see here we had a divergence on the 4-hour chart, went down, pumped big time towards the upside, and I think it's already over right now, already over. So this these divergences on the 4-hourly time frame, they are already playing out. So yeah, I think we got more downside to go. I think this is just started right now. There is a nice video on YouTube right now. I made it today on the channel. You can watch it, and explains a little bit how this is very, you know, looks exactly, it doesn't look exactly, but looks very similar. Can I split the chart again up here? These are moons. We're just gonna clean the chart up here. So this part over here looks very interesting, like the start of the 2018 capitulation phase. I'm going to show you that phase up there. So you'll see here we went sideways up here, then we went sideways up here, and then we start dumping down. And after the first initial up, it took like a couple of days sideways. So you can see here we're going kind of sideways up here before we actually continue dumping it towards the downside, right? Before we continue dumping to the downside. Now, you know, already down here we are getting, you know, hugely overextended and hugely you know, low levels on the RSI and MACD and so forth, but you know, we did pump a little bit towards the upside. But that might be the moon stalking, right? That might be the moon stalking. So once we start going down here to some kind of 16 May, we might see some kind of pump up here and then continuation to the downside. Because if we dump more to, right now we are not overextended or anything like that. But if we do dump like over here on the downside, how big was this dump up here from the top to the bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. It took a week's time, 35% towards downside. If you do get that kind of dump, 35% towards downside down here, doesn't have to be exactly 35%. This 35 is gonna go to already all the way to bottom side. It could be like 20% move towards downside, maybe more give or take. But this move towards downside, if we get that move towards downside, we are getting definitely overextended from certain moving averages and for certain prices. And once that happens, we get this, you know, pullback towards the upside or sideways movement. At least we get some kind of consolidation pattern. How this consolidation pattern plays out, you know, that can play out differently. And then we do this last dump down all the way until, not actually down here, down to, you know, 23,000 and the 14th of June or something like that. So, you know, that might be some kind of play, right? Tomorrow night may Putin war declaration. I don't know if he's gonna declare the war, man. These nuts, nah. CK sold and went to the beach. I bet he did, man. I bet he did. Special moon during the 2018 dumps. Yeah, let's check that out. Interesting, you should say that. Let's check that out. Let's go up here and say this is 20. Can we just do like this? Change this to 18. Maybe they have 2018. Yeah, they do have 2018. So 2018. When did dump happen? This happened in November. September, October, November. November 7th, new moon. October, November 7th, new moon. So we gotta let's just do moon phase up here. It's gonna be easier up here. So you see here there is a November 7th. That's the new moon that's dumping us on downside, right? And then the interesting part here. This is the full moon, 23rd of November. That's 23rd. No, that's full moon. That's this one. Push up a little bit towards the upside. And then we have December 7th, a new moon. This is December 7th, that's the new moon. So down, up here, right? And then it's gonna be interesting which of these moons are actually perigee or perigee. Let's see, December 13, 15, greatest, 21. Full moon. There is no December 22 is full moon. It's just regular full moon, no super moons, man, no super moons. So let's go to 2019 then. 2019 and see up here January 6th. There was again new moon, started bringing us towards downside. Solar eclipse, full moon, January 21st, full moon, super moon. So this is a super moon, January 21st. January 21st up here. So this is a super moon. Down here at the bottom, this is a super moon. And then you got a total lunar eclipse, and then you got again a new moon on 24th. That's up here, right? That's the new moon. But it's not working. It's not working because we are going towards the upside. It's already getting invalidated, right? And then we get, you know, February 19 full moon, super moon as well. February 19, that's over here, and that's the bottom, guys. That's the bottom, right? See, here went down, and then, you know, the bottom. Special moon July. So you see, guys, this is exactly the same thing that's gonna happen right now. We're gonna get our two super moons on the bottom in June, July, and that's gonna be the bottom, guys. People still don't believe me. They think I'm wacko, you know, that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? We had also March 21st a supermoon. March 21st. Also, this one up here is a supermoon as well. We had triple supermoons up here. 3 supermoons, and you know they don't happen that often. Look at it. Look as soon as we start hitting this up here, we start climbing up here, man. We start climbing it. 3 supermoons in a row. Interesting. I mean, that's the least you could say, man. That's the least you could say. That's the least interesting. So what we are looking right now is some kind of you know, people, because let's go up here. On here it says in 2022 in May it's only regular full moon, so it's not supermoon. Supermoon is June and July and August as well. Well, we also have 3 moons, you know, full, you know, super moons. Moon. No super moons. Full moon. No super moons. So there are no more super moons after the August. So there is one in August as well. So here we have. So we have in June 14th. June 14th, and then I got 13th July, and then in August as well. What's the August? 12th August, full moon, supermoon. Three supermoons. Right, we're gonna hit the button down there, guys. Double supermoons in button. Moon's back testing low. No, it's not double, it's triple supermoons. Triple supermoons. All guys push like button on stream. There you go. So these supermoons are actually gonna be the button for us. So we are, you know, assuming we're gonna have supermoons between June and July. I'm thinking June, July is gonna be, you know, this is just gonna be, you know, pushing us towards the upside. So these supermoons are gonna change the direction of this price bleed towards the downside. So you can see here we don't have that much left to go, guys. Soon we are gonna be at the bottom. Soon the bull market is gonna initiate. Once you hit the bottom, that is when we change from the bearish to bullish. This over here has been bearish. This was the bear market. This is the just last phase of the bear market. And once this last phase of the bear market is done, we're going to the moon, guys. We're going to the moon. Now, before we do that, before we go to the moon, unfortunately, we have to, you know, get through the pain period, get through this bottom down here, get through certain levels on the downside down here. Let's just clean up everything like this up here, and you can see also these supermoons are also gonna correspond very nicely. Can you see it up here? Yeah, the supermoons also gonna correspond nicely with 200 moving average down here, right? I believe this can dump more. I'm itching to go long. Have to refuel. Yeah, maybe that. What's up, Christopher? How you doing, man? You have to refuel. So, it does look okay, It's not the worst thing that can happen. So you're saying that the elites pumping and dumping these markets are following astrological chart to make their decisions? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that humans are affected by the moons. And then, you know, elites are just using that, you know, abusing that, and its price just goes up and down. But yeah, they're using definitely astrological charts, without a doubt. We got a video who said, if you go to YouTube, the late adopter, the secrets, it's okay. This one, the secrets of the billionaires revealed. Watch the video. I see. This is when we first found out about the moons and the super moons, and, you know, bottoms and tops, apogee, perigee and stuff like that. Very interesting video. But yeah, it does actually work. You know, it does corresponds very nicely with the tops and bottoms. Why does it work? Because, you know, there you know, through entire human history there has been something new. There are actually research articles that says, you know, depression moons For most part, a full moon doesn't cause people to become more aggressive, attention or depressed. This there does seem to be a link between phases of the moon and changing symptoms of bipolar disorder, but there's a whole, you know, range of articles and research, you know, on, you know, human psychology and how moon is affecting us. So, you know, there's definitely something there. But I think that, you know, the elites are a little bit more into these kind of things, and they do believe that, you know, if you sell on the new moon, you're gonna be prosperous. If you buy on the full moon, you're gonna be prosperous, right? So I think that they are buying and selling based on, you know, superstition. So, you know, when, you know, big money are have, you know, this superstition, you know, they can move it. Nice video. What if the moon makes its own orbiting decision by following the BT? I don't know, man. What you think about that? So right now, you know, it's a little bit tricky. 5 minutes to 1 hourly close, 4 hourly close closing in 2 hours, daily close closing in also 2 hours up here, getting pushed on the downside down here. So I think we need some kind of move towards the upside here, a little bit up here. I think maybe, but you know, we can also, you know, push more downside. Let's see how this actually looks up here. It looks like a break, but I think this is one. Maybe something like this up here. Maybe something like this. Maybe down all the way down here. I think this is the one. Well, then it should be like something like up here. Maybe that's around 20 moving average right now. So this one hugging, it went down. So I don't know if this is just gonna go up here and then break up here and give us a nice pump towards the upside. There is probability to pump towards the upside, but this can also just continue. Right now we are in downtrend. However you look at it, this is just short-term, you know, a chart. But you know, if you look at it like this up here, and right now this is what we are looking for, because you know you got rejected up here at the top up here, you know. Right now we are getting into this, you know, move towards downside, but you can just, you know, do this up here and then maybe break towards upside. It's gonna invalidate the moons and everything else, so we are not believing that much right now. But you know, anything that happens up here, a little bit up, a little bit down, doesn't matter. This is still, you know, major downtrend. A lot of people in fear now means it's time to buy. Unless what? Maybe that might be that. Fear, let's go check out fear and greed index, Bitcoin, and let's see up here. Then to me, 18. That's pretty low. That's pretty low. Let's see maximum up here. You'll see right now we are coming to these bottoms down here at 10. You know, 10. 2018 dump down here. You can see down here, you know, during December months and stuff like that, people have, you know, this has been going all the way down to. Oh my god, can you zoom in on this part up here? No, I cannot zoom in. Max. It went down to 10. You can see down here all the way down 10 or something like that in December. And you know what happened then? That's December up here, right? That's the bottom, right? So you know, when fear and greed index comes down to these levels down here, because right now we are going back down to these levels, some kind of 10 levels, then you know, it might be time to buy. Hope Putin will not get angry on full moon. Me too, man. My ex-girlfriend was a midwife, and so many women have babies on full moon. It's crazy. You know, are they trying to, you know, push them out, or you know, what happens when the moon's out? Interesting. So there's that. Beside that, Phantom is up 2.2% today. Phantom is up 2.2% today, right now. But as you can see, it's still in a parabolic move towards downside, unfortunately. Zilliqa is up 2.2% today. Also, it's in some kind of downtrend down here. Cervix is up 8% up here, but you know, it's still in a downtrend up here. It is holding these, you know, a resistance level up here at the top. But you know, small moves does not help. Trying to get back. I mean, it is more bullish than, you know, some other stuff. And if you look at the chart up here, Defi Lama, all TVL rankings, Curve is at top, then got Lido, Anchor, Mikey Dow, so forth, so forth. Whatever that might mean for it. Near up 4%. Let's see these small coins. Big time. Nah, nothing very special. DYDX is up 16%, but you know it's been bleeding for so long, so this, you know, this big move up to 20 moving average is nothing. We don't care if you do 16% below moving averages, you know. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help us. Yeah, there is not much happening. There is not much. Everything is bleeding towards downside. Everything is bleeding towards downside. Check Ethereum. Ethereum is also bleeding towards downside. There have been a couple of lines up here. You know, it was looking a little bit bullish maybe for a second there, and right now it just, you know, going straight down, right? So I'm thinking it might have a nice move up here before we continue on the downside. So this move towards the upside, I think it's a legit move towards the upside. I think it can happen. I think it can happen. Maybe some clarities, but you know, I've seen previous. This is some kind of hugging. This capitulation. This is capitulation on 1 hourly time frame. So right now we are getting to this there is some kind of divergence down here. Let me check. Yeah, there is some kind of divergence down there. So yeah, what I'm looking, maybe, just maybe, we're gonna have a nice pump up here soon. Just maybe short-term pump. I'm not saying you're gonna pump, you know, to a million or whatever, right? But you know, we might have, you know, if we break this line up here, that's around 25.64, something like that. You know, it might pump a little bit. Some scalping might be happening. That CME Open should see a pump or dump. Yeah, well, pump or dump. The moon controls the tides, and water breaks before baby arrives, so it makes sense. What's up with Tron? TRX. Daily, weekly. So I've heard some talk about that this is bullish, and does look bullish. Yeah, so what's up with Tron, man? What's up with Tron, and why is Tron so bullish? So Tron is right. I heard some, you know, talk about that Luna and stuff is happening with Tron and stuff like that, but 57%. It's above all moving averages. This looks like it's not in bear market though. This looks like it's not bear. Monthly time frame managed to bounce back up here above the moving averages. Let's see up here, the chart up here, getting very close to this resistance level. So you know, it's starting getting dangerous because you know, it can pump more towards upside. Yeah, it can, but you know, it's getting dangerous up here. It's getting, the game is getting dangerous, right? See here, although it is above all moving averages and so forth, and did hold this bottom nicely, very close to these important levels on resistance. We got one up there, as well, all the way up there. This is broken, it's broken, so there's nothing. Gotta go to the weekly time frame up here. Bottoms down here, give or take. Yeah, that's where we having right now some kind of resistance. Then got a couple of resistance up here as well. So yeah, I mean, it did pump nicely, but let's go to 4 hour time frame. The trend is your friend right now, right? So if this starts breaking this trend over here, then all bets are off the table. But as long as it keeps the trend, it can actually continue towards the upside. Let's see up here. Right now, I'm trying to break this, you know, resistance line up here. This is 4 hourly trend though, so it did create this 4 hourly trend towards the upside. But if it starts breaking the trend on downside, that will be below 20 moving average or something like that. It might stop. Because when everything is so bearish, I don't just see it, you know, Tron, you know, for whatever reason, just pumping towards the upside. I just don't see it. Can it pump a little bit more? Yeah, I can, but it's getting scary. It's getting scary. Hey tribe, hey captain, how you doing? You're the man, let's rock. Matthew, I never watched your channel. Pretty interesting stuff. Les Martin, well, it's time to start watching. It's time to start watching and learning about the moons. Do you know what we like on this channel? We like anything that has to do with psychology, human psychology, and you know, price chart, and everything that doesn't have the, you know, to do with, you know, psychology. We don't care about that. Like Fibonacci's. What about near protocol? Not much. It's starting to dump again. It's starting always to dump. Let's go up here, 1 hourly time frame. Just a small move towards downside. Just a small move towards downside. We got a, where is the previous support level up here? So you can see here we tried to get back right now, getting rejected by that. Breaking that, breaking this. Right now we only have down here at 34.6, but you know, still 56 minutes left to go, and this this came, you know, right now after this, you know, on this 5-minute candle, you know, down. But you can see here on 1 hourly time frame that we already managed to get back above the 10 moving average and get above the supports. So you know, right now this, you know, move toward downside might be some kind of fake out. Now this candle up here is gonna close in 56 minutes, so you know, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. However you look at it, it's gonna take time. It's dumping all over me. Probably follow what Luna did for USD. Yeah, I don't know what kind of correlation there is between Tron, Luna, and USD and USDT and stuff like that. So you know, I won't speculate too much. But I did hear some talk about Luna and Tron. Right now we are seeing Tron pumping and Luna dumping. So there is something going on there. But you know exactly what, I don't know. Classical, the moon cycles were more closely related. Agriculture for planning and harvesting original markets. I love it. There is a reason Trading View has them in there. Yeah, there is a reason. Okay guys, we're gonna end it there because what's important to look for, just before we close, what's important to look for right now, there are certain important levels on the chart that we have to be aware of. The 100 moving average at 36.2, that's important to, you know, close above. You can see right here these levels are getting broken right now. This candle is breaking both 37.7 and 36 line. 37.7 is actually a lot more important up here. And we are right now, you know, there's still 2 hours left, but it looks like we are breaking that right now, and there is no recovering from this, you know, 37.7. I don't know how we're gonna recover back down. Now we can have a big, you know, green candle tomorrow. If we do that, we're gonna be super excited, you know, bullish. We're gonna call off the moons and everything, right? But right now these two levels are very, very important. You can also see down here that right we got one at 34.680. This is also important level. How many of these levels we actually break or not, that kind of depends. But it looks like we are breaking all of these three right now. So the question is only, you know, how much of this stuff do we break on the downside? How many support lines do we break during this week? So that's the big question. The more we break, the more bearish we become. So this is the way it looks right now and stands right now, because there is no divergence on the chart or anything like that. MACD is still looking like it's going towards downside, increasing momentum towards downside. This over here right now looks like if it closes below 34.6 or something like that, I think that's the worst case scenario that we can expect right now, because these two down here, I think it's gonna take you know, another week to get down there. But we'll see how it actually plays out, maybe a week or two or something like that. But you know, I don't think, you know, 31, 32 right now is in the picture. I mean, it might be, but you know, it has to dump like big time on downside. If it does dump big time below these levels or to these support lines down here, this is definitely some kind of long trade. So if the next 2 hours it does dump all the way down here, it just might be some kind of long trade up here, you know, happening. Might be. I'm not saying it is. I say might be, because we still have to look at some overextended levels on the small time frames and so forth. But right now, you know, closing below all of these three support lines, that's like the worst thing that can happen right now. So the question is this capitulation? And I think we are into capitulation move right now. We've been calling this capitulation move for a while now. We started calling the emergency up here because, you know, this move was actually bullish. The move toward downside was expected. Breaking through the support down here was not expected, but we did do that, and we became a little bit bullish. And then we started going up here, and I said we cannot go back down again, because if you do, it's game over, right? We did go down again up here. We did go down again, and once we started going down again, close below this 10 moving average up here, right over here, we started emergency. We were starting calling, you know, 23, 24, 25. That's when we became super bearish. That's week can be extremely bearish, and then it went a little bit up, and then it went up, down, and then it went up a little bit, and everybody was like, oh no, we're not going to 23k, and then we went down and then up, and then everybody was like, oh no, we're not going to 23k. Then we went down a little bit up, and everybody was like, no, we're not going to 23k. And then we went down and up again, and everybody was like, oh, we're not really going to 23k. And now we're going down, and next time we go up, everybody is gonna be like, oh no, we're not going to 23k. And then we're gonna go down a little bit more, right? So this move is technically in full effect right now. I am still very bearish. And if we start closing below these very important support lines up here without actually holding anything, there is difference, closing above the support line and breaking and closing below them. This looks very bearish right now. So closing below all of these three resistance, I think that's the worst case scenario right now. What's your thought, Ara, when the Basil upgrade comes? None whatsoever. We don't care about the news. June is Vasil upgrade for ARA, and it will increase the ability scale. Now it might affect, because if it's in June and we are bottoming in June, it might have a nice effect, because it might be a little bit bullish. People are gonna start buying and so forth. But besides that, I don't know, man. We don't believe in news. In bear market, we don't believe in news. In bull market, we like the news because every single little bit of news pumps your price by 10x, man. So in bear markets, nobody cares. QNT these nah. Thoughts on QNT now. Okay guys, I'm a little bit tired. I don't know why, but so we're gonna quit over here. Thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow is Monday morning. The markets are gonna open. We're gonna see how that plays out. Market, I don't know when this is opening. Doesn't matter. Oh man, I cannot stay awake, man. I cannot stay awake. Thanks everybody for stopping by. We're gonna see how this closes. Tomorrow is gonna be very important. Tonight's gonna be very important weekly close. I'm probably gonna watch, but not to stream it. That said, tomorrow morning, 9 AM Central European time on the dollar, we'll do Bitcoin daily. So if you wanna see my thoughts on how we close, what we have next in for the next move for Bitcoin, check in on 9 AM Central European time on the Bitcoin daily. We do this show Monday to Friday, 9 AM Central European time. Check it out. That said, hit the like button on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and enjoy whatever you want to see. Casp, can you take a look at Twitter after stream, mate? Yeah, maybe, sure. I'll check it out. Have a good night. Cheers, man. Cheers. Love. Good night. That is my stop button, guys. By the way, join Qcoin, join Binance, join all the links down below, because when the bull market starts, you need to sign up for these shady exchanges to get a good discount. You don't want to go around and finding links with the discount. So now it's time to sign up. Stocks futures down. Oh, it just opened. It opened 0.45 WTF. Let's check it out. Like, it opened down a little bit, but it was kind of expected. Yeah, and S&P also opened down with a gap. But it opened with a gap, but it's a gap on, let's see, is there a gap on the daily? Yeah, it's gap on the daily time frame as well. So, maybe it's opening with gaps and it goes up a little bit up here, maybe. So if you believe in the gaps, there is that. Okay guys, bye-bye.